So in the playground review video last week, I did talk about the entire playground and how they really could have did this better. Just added more stuff to it to really fill this in. Sure, people will come in and go, well, they could add stuff to it. And well, to be honest, guys, that's kind of one of the staples with this entire game is we could add stuff to it. When I'm looking at Maui, even to this day, yeah, there is tons of off-road areas on this map that are still completely unused, and Maui came out, what, a really long time ago? So, yeah, I don't really have a ton of confidence in that stuff. But I did notice a lot of people saying, well, the new playground is better than the Forza Horizon 5 Hot Wheels DLC. And I'm like, is it though? Well, you know what? Because people keep comparing them, why don't we actually compare the events and the different stuff on each one and the things to do, the unlocks, and really see which one actually did it better? Now, before you guys say anything, though, people end up going, well, remember, Block, this entire playground was free. And, yeah, that's the thing. People are saying the entire playground is free, but might I remind you all about some other things they added? A $17 NASCAR pack here, which is not free, containing liveries. And, we also do know the other pack that is coming, which is the RC playlist thing that is obviously not free. So, yes, the island itself might be free, but to be honest, though, let me ask y'all a quick question here before I jump deeper into this. Would y'all rather have a big free island that's basically completely empty with almost nothing on it, or would you rather spend a little money and get a full island with tons of content and unlocks and different things? Yeah, I would say the answer to that is probably fairly obvious. But I did talk about in the other video, though, looking back at the map here, this one will end up having 6 races on the island. But as I did mention, guys, this one here I'll show. This event also is on the NASCAR track, this one as well. And then we will finally have the last event here, which is also part of the NASCAR track. We'll have a couple of skills. I believe there's 3 there, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's 4. So there's 8 skills total on the map I'm seeing. Okay, 8 skills. And before you guys say anything, I'm not considering this a race because it's one of these stunt things, and I don't consider that a race at all. So, nope. But we will have 4 races over here on this side of the island, and we have the other side of the island, which is also, I actually just noticed this side race here is also on the side of the NASCAR, but the only race that basically goes around that side of the island, guys, is this one. Now, a lot of people are looking at this going, well, I mean, it covers most of it, but yes, but you could do other routes, guys. You'll also see that one area over here when looking at it. I can look right here, and also these roads over here are not even touched at all by any of the race. So let's see, let me go back to it. You'll see there is that one part back there has nothing on it. Now, yes, you could do different ones. The figure 8 track is completely empty as well. And that's not the only thing I'll talk about here in a second, at least when I get on Forza and show the Hot Wheels map here. Because, again, people keep comparing these everywhere, saying this is better than the Hot Wheels map. And you know what? I gotta compare the content and the things in both of them to really see if that's true. But there's also other parts of this map that could add off-road stuff, like the road that goes all the way around the island here, that is off-road. And also there is a regular road that goes around the entire island as well, guys. I wanted to show that, so, you could have a longer one there. But without further ado, though, let's now jump on Forza and compare some things. Okay, guys, so now I am here on Forza Horizon 5 in the Hot Wheels DLC, and you know what the crazy part is? I do know for a fact this video is probably going to spark some stuff and all that, because people will be like, well, dude, we did end up getting the entire Track Forge thing with your own tracks, which is true, but I'm kind of referring to the main playground island, as everybody keeps referring to that as being better than Hot Wheels and, comparing them. So I'm like, you know what? Let me do that myself and show you all the differences here. So upon first glance, I can't really zoom out anymore, guys, but you could probably tell that the Hot Wheels map is obviously way bigger than the Playground Island, which again probably isn't all that surprising. We can definitely tell there's a lot more roads, way more roads and loop-de-loops and different routes to do, and there really is a lot of different places to go, including that you can also drive off-road in some areas, like for example in the snow here, which funnily enough, by the way, is a pretty big area you can drive around. You guys could probably slightly see the roads that go around and different routes. You could pretty much drive around all over these different areas if you want to. I mean, for example, right now I will show this. I'm kind of on the side of the track, but I can literally drive into there and just head into the snow and go explore some areas, hit that tunnel there, head that way, and just go drive around in the snow in the Storado here. So it honestly is pretty dang dope, man. But on top of that, though, we can also drive around in the off-road areas on this part of the map as well. So there's a bunch of different areas here, guys, that not only hits the track, but also gives you the off-road feeling as well. So at least there is a big mix there. Had to show that because obviously everyone's like, well, Playground Island is so much better. Again, I'm like, you know what? Let me go compare this and show everything here, and let's really decide that. But the other thing I wanted to mention here, guys, is the amount of events you will find on Playground Island compared to this game. So as I did say before, that game, Motorfest will have around 6 races, with 5 of them basically being around the NASCAR track area. On this map, though, you're going to have around 20. Now, I could actually go into here and do the events only. And I could even turn off PvP if I want, because that adds it. We can do these stories. I'll do event labs and multiplayer events just to have that on here. Now, I did end up going through the entire map and looking at each race and kind of counting them like 3 or 4 times to really see what there truly is on this map. And funnily enough, guys, we will have a total, ready for this, 27 events on the map. What's crazy, though, is that doesn't even include the event lab areas, which I believe there is 3 of them. There's 2 there, and there's also 1 down here. Actually, I'm wrong. There's 4, because there's also 1 over here as well. You can go to these and go do different races that people have made and stuff on the Hot Wheels area, which is also pretty dang dope. That is part of the event lab thing. But again, though, there is a total of, you guessed it, 27 events, guys, including a super long Goliath race that takes you around the entire island, which really did frustrate me how that is not a thing in Motorfest, as there is clearly a way to have an island race that goes around the whole playground there, but it is not a thing. And you all know what's funny, though? I also forgot to mention there's also PvP, by the way, strictly in this area of the game, and you will end up having races that basically go around the entire Hot Wheels DLC in different routes and all kinds of different things on top of it. And as I did mention before, I'm not even including the entire event lab thing on top of it either, guys. So there is obviously a really big difference of events here. I mean, this is probably, if you include the event labs and PvP, bruh, you are over 30 total events in this, and you can also race people on this entire island. You can off-road and explore different areas over here and go in the snow and kind of just mess around and pretty much do whatever you want. So yeah, honestly, the areas are way bigger, if I'm being honest, in the DLC here compared to the Playground and Motorfest. But guys, let's be real though, we all kind of knew that. You know what I'm saying? And the biggest reason why I wanted to point all this stuff out here when looking at the Hot Wheels DLC and the Playground is I've been seeing so many people compare them so dang much, dude. I was seeing a lot of comments saying, this is what Hot Wheels should have been. This is better than Hot Wheels in Forza. And I'm like over here going, I hear what y'all are saying, but have you actually played the Hot Wheels DLC, bro? There is way more races. The entire area is much bigger. There's off-road stuff. And to be real, it is honestly just a way better overall design. And yes, now people might come in and go, well, Blocked, this entire DLC is $20 and the Playground is free. Yeah, but again, though, the Playground is completely empty for one, and they also just charge $17 for a NASCAR skin bundle, bro. So yeah, it makes you kind of wonder, are things really free, if you know what I'm saying? Because we also have the pass over there and different things. So yeah, the island might be quote-unquote free, but also I would rather spend a little bit of money. And the funny part is you could spend $3 extra, and instead of getting 12 skins of NASCAR, you can actually get an entire DLC of Hot Wheels with 28 plus events, and that's also not including the other ones, or 27. A big Goliath race. You can also race PvP on this. And y'all know what the craziest part is? One thing I haven't even mentioned yet about it, by the way. We're not even talking about what you can also unlock in this either, guys. If I head into this part of it, you could see the progression of this. So you do start out in lower class, you get to the higher end vehicles. There's an entire progression thing in the Hot Wheels DLC, which honestly I love, and this is also something they probably did end up doing in Forza Horizon 6. But when looking at these, though, it's not just, 27 races PvP, bro. There's also tons of things to unlock here. There's clothing items, there's cars that are obviously part of the Hot Wheels thing here. And by the way, the cars are very cool. On top of it, there's a bunch of little challenges for clothing items and different things to match and all kinds of things to unlock. And mind you, that is only in B class. If we head over to A class, there is even more stuff to get, more horns, different cars, and some of these, by the way, I love some of these Hot Wheels cars, bro. Specifically this one, the Rip Rod, I love that thing. Moving down here, you also have the 962, really fun race car to use and in this. And again, heading over here, guys, you'll see more items and different challenges you can do to kind of keep you occupied. But let's now move over to S1 class here. So one thing I really did like about this design, which again, I think they probably added this into Forza Horizon 6 with how they were showing it, is the overall progression of how you unlock things, guys. There's so many cool things. There's horns and different items to get. People might be like, well, I mean, it's just stupid t-shirts and different things. And I mean, getting a quote-unquote stupid t-shirt or a horn, is that any different than getting a title in Motorfest? Is there a difference there, bro? But you also can get some dope cars from it by simply going through the entire thing here and unlock. Guys, look at all the cars you can unlock here, okay? Now, people might argue that you can go in the auction house and get these, but guess what? I'd rather go earn them because there is, bro, there's 5 cars in here. And just this one, there's 5 cars in this. Let's move over to S2 now and also take a look here. So more items. I haven't done all of these yet because, well, some of them I'm trying to figure out how to do some of them, but also trying to get more things done here. But I really aim for getting the cars. We have the BT62 here, you know, some different clothing items. We also have the MT900, love that thing. And we also have the Sierra car racing little buggy thing here, which is also very fun to use. And on top of it, again, we have other different challenges you can do. Moving over to X Class here, though, there was a surprise car in here I was not even expecting, and I probably need to go do some rival stuff because I haven't done them yet. But you can get all those done, earn some more XP on top of this, and try to get 100%, guys. But the biggest thing I wanted, bro, was the car, okay? The Venom F5 was in this. When I saw this, bro, you have to discover all the roads in the Hot Wheels park. It gives you a reason to find everything around the map, specifically the roads, so you can get this thing. You can also get other items like cool shirts and all that by visiting the landmarks, which I was going to do these, but I kind of got distracted by the F5 and doing other stuff. I went to the off-road DLC, which is, I can even compare it to that too, but that's obviously different. There's just so many different things to unlock here, and I was kind of thinking about this a little bit. Looking at the playground idea, guys, and the overall design, the same thing I said in that video, it's a cool thing. Do not get me wrong. The overall design of that island is dope, but it's kind of just missed potential. I feel like they really could have added more into it, and people might come in and say, well, we'll probably get more races on there. But as I said before, bro, there is other parts of the game that are still empty. So my question is, when will the other events appear on that island, bro? If I had to guess, the RC playlist will probably be there, but that's paid though. So if you don't pay for that entire playlist, which is probably $10 if you get it separately, and on top of that though, if you don't end up buying the RC playlist thing for $10, that means the entire island will stay empty for another 2.5+ months. And let me tell y'all, I highly doubt in Season 10 they will end up adding races to that island. So it's pretty much going to remain empty. Now, people can say that the Track Forge thing, you can recreate Hot Wheels and all that stuff there 100%. But you can also come over to the Hot Wheels DLC and still do races on this and make your own designs and all that of like the routes. So that's also a thing as well, guys. But one thing that kind of shocks me though is the Hot Wheels DLC is $20. We all do know the playlist thing that's coming for the RC cars and Motorfest will probably be $10 separately. That's half the price of this for 10 events. And this entire DLC, bro, you get 27 races, not including PvP and also the event lab. So you're well over 30 events. For them to add 30 events in a Motorfest, bro, they'd have to give you 3 playlists, which they currently do that every 2 months. A playlist every 2 months. Currently, at least that's what they have been doing. And the thing is, I could definitely see this video sparking a bit of controversy, but everyone has been saying that the Playground Island is better than Hot Wheels, or, you know, it's basically a ripoff of Hot Wheels. So I wanted to compare them to really see the differences of content, different things about the maps, and to really see the overall designs, to see how that will compare. And to be honest, if we're being 100% real here, you really can't compare the Playground to the Hot Wheels DLC, bro. Like, it ain't even close. This is much bigger, way more content, way more things to do. I think we could be real there and say that, because it's honestly fairly obvious when you do look at it, break it down, look at the events, look at the overall map design, look at the key differences really that are everywhere on it. And I think players would probably agree there. Now, do I hate the Playground and Motorfest? 100% I don't. I just kind of wish they'd really utilize the things they add in the game, dude. You know what I'm saying? I have talked about the mini playlist idea before to add more races into different things. Like, don't get me wrong, Track Forge is very cool. I think it's probably the best thing to come to Motorfest probably in the last couple of years. 100% since launch. It is amazing. Definitely something the game needed. But with that, though, you kind of can't neglect the other parts of the map, though. You know what I'm saying? Just imagine for a second if we had more off-road events, had more plane, boats, and basically every other class that's kind of forgotten in the game that makes it unique, seeing those events pop up in the game, bro. Just imagine how dope that would be. Seeing the Playground Island come out and then basically seeing nothing on it whatsoever, but in the trailer, they showed like a plane flying an off-road vehicle, but there's nothing on the island for it. It just doesn't make any sense, dude. I don't really understand it. The first thing I did after playing is I wanted to jump on Forza Horizon 5 and check out the Hot Wheels DLC because everybody kept saying it was better. So I'm like, all right, well, if the playground is better, let me go check it out. Let me go play the DLC because I played this DLC a lot on Forza Horizon 5 on PS5, and I can confidently tell y'all, if someone is out here truly saying the entire Playground Island is better than the Hot Wheels DLC, man, I just gotta say it, it's completely rage bait, or they have never played the Hot Wheels DLC. Like, it ain't even close, bro. Now, you could definitely argue that this really wasn't a great comparison, but I've seen it everywhere, so I wanted to show you all the differences, just to show people if they might have been a bit confused on some things or wondering or, you know, just trash talking something to do it without even playing it or really getting into it, because that stuff kind of frustrates me, man. We all do know no game is perfect. Every game has their flaws. Forza has their flaws. Motorfest does. They all do. But saying something like that, not really even playing the game or putting like 20 or 30 minutes into it, I don't get that stuff. I really don't understand it because you can clearly see at the moment that you get way more stuff in this. Now, again, I know people are going to come out here and say, well, the Playground Island is free. Yeah, honestly, bro, I don't even think that's an argument at this point. I'm going to say something real controversial to end this video off with to let me know what y'all think. I would rather have paid DLCs like this Hot Wheels DLC here and pay $20 for it than have the live service model that Motorfest currently has in it and other racing games or any game in general. I would rather go back and pay separately for a $20 DLC here for an entire map, different things to do, different upgrades, all kinds of races, different unlocks, instead of a $17 skin pack for NASCAR.